How to stop blocking your manifestation and allow your reality to take off like a rocket ship. I received quite a few questions on my Is Your SP Still Missing from Your Reality video. I will put that in the link up above in the card, over here, I'm not sure. So if you haven't seen that video, then go watch that one and then come back here. But the main question that I was asked was how to collapse the inner duality. And this is exactly what I'm going to talk about in this video. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I am your Muse, Tracy. I am here to inspire you and empower you to live the life of your dreams, to create on purpose exactly what you want in all areas of your life, to stop settling and to stop suffering. You are not here to suffer. If that sounds good to you, you are more than welcome to subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in any of my coaching offerings, I have one-on-one coaching options. I also have group coaching options, and the next group coaching program is starting in a few short weeks. We're kicking off 2025 with your empowerment and allowing you to take off and make this your best year yet. Take off like a rocket ship. So if you are interested in that group coaching program, you can follow the links down below. And yeah, you can ask me any questions about it. Let me know. Also, oh yeah, I almost forgot. I'm running a giveaway right now for a free week of one-on-one coaching. So if you're interested in winning free coaching, again, to kick off your 2025 the right way with your empowerment, head over to the community tab and you can find all the details on how to enter the contest, what exactly I'm giving away, how long the contest runs. It's a short one, I'll tell you that. Some of you who enter, well, one of you, there's going to be one winner. So one of you that enters to win will be starting this new year off with one-on-one coaching, which will bring you back to your own empowerment and your true nature of being limitless. So super excited about that. Let's get into the video for today. So, like I said, I had quite a few questions about how do we collapse the inner duality? Because in that video, I was talking about if your specific person is missing, it's just a reflection of your inner separation, the separation that you're continuing to hold within you. And, you know, I got several questions about how. And so I wasn't really intentionally leaving this out of the video. I think to me, it's so simple that I didn't spell it out. And I'm not talking down to anyone who has this question of how by saying it's simple. You know, your mind loves to complicate things, and it really likes to, you know, make things that are super simple almost deny them that no, it can't be that simple. And your mind, your ego wants you to continue to think this whole manifesting conscious creation thing must be much more elusive and tricky and mystical, and it can't just be that simple, but it is. And to, you know, because the truth is always simple, let's just say that right out of the gate. The truth is always simple. It's never complicated. And so to illustrate this simplicity, I'm going to use an analogy. And so the analogy is similar to if you were going to start a food diet, right? So a lot of people do. First of the year, they decide they want to make a change and, you know, they start some type of specific way of eating. Let's just say, you know, it's some specific diet. I'm not going to mention a specific diet, but some specific diet, prescribed way of eating. Okay. So now if you were going to start this new way of eating, here's what you wouldn't do. You wouldn't just keep eating what you have been eating before you started this and then add unto that, you know, your new way of eating. You wouldn't do that. You would first be aware of how you were eating before, and you would stop doing that because you're replacing how you were eating before with your new prescribed way of eating. Okay? So this is very similar to how you collapse the inner duality, separation with your specific person. So in order to collapse that duality, you can't just add in a new way of thinking. You have to be aware of how you have been thinking that is consenting to separation. So let me give you an example. My SP is not here with me. My SP is over there and they don't want to be with me. They are over there and they don't want a commitment. And they are not talking to me. They are, they're separate from me. They're over there and they're missing from my reality. They have told me things, they've said things, they, have preferences. And so these are the thoughts, because maybe you really have heard these, statements. And these are thoughts that you continue to keep digesting. Now, this is really important, because the fact that a thought comes into your mind doesn't mean that you're digesting it. You digest it if you see the thought come in and you go, yeah, that's true. That's the truth. In other words, you believe it. You believe it. When you believe the thought, you are digesting it. So the analogy back to the food diet is, just because you have food that you're not going to be eating on your new way of your new prescribed diet, if you have that food in your house, no problem. As long as you don't put it in your mouth and digest it, you're good. So you can have thoughts come into your mind, because your thoughts are not all your own. Your ego will feed you thoughts, your programming feeds you thoughts, sometimes it's your higher self feeding you thoughts. Your job as the consciousness, as the awareness, as the observer, is to choose very meticulously and specifically which thoughts you will digest, meaning which thoughts you will believe in. Now, you only, as a conscious creator, will choose to believe in and digest the thoughts that are on your new prescribed diet. In other words, they are reflecting, they are not reflecting separation. They are no longer reflecting separation. Those will be the only thoughts that you digest, meaning accept as true. Any thoughts that come into your mind that imply or suggest or flat out say that separation is real and true, those thoughts you no longer digest or believe as true. Then you are not, holding separation consciousness in your mind. You are collapsing the separation. So you have to be aware of how and when you have been, up to this point, up to the point of seeing my video, you have been holding separation as something you believe to be real and true in your mind. You have to be aware of that. Just like with the diet, you have to be aware of what you've been eating that hasn't allowed you to reach your goals, whatever they are. You have to be aware of that, and you have to stop doing that. You have to stop eating that old way. Same thing with your thoughts. You have to be aware of how you were holding thoughts and ideas and accepting them as true, that separation is real. You have to be aware of those. Because like the diet, you can't keep having those thoughts about separation, thinking that it's real and true, and just add in the new thoughts. Specific person is here now, separation is over, there is no separation, we are one, so happy that I'm in the relationship of my dreams. You can't just add in those thoughts and keep the thoughts around that are, believing in separation. This is what it means to be double-minded. So, and just like that wouldn't work for a food diet, that doesn't work for your mental diet. Okay? So I want to make sure this is really clear, because you're not trying to stop the thoughts from coming into your mind. You can't. The separation consciousness thoughts, okay? You can't. But what you absolutely can do is decide, choose to no longer believe them. You simply say, I don't believe that's true. You get to decide. There is no one in the world, on the planet, physical or non-physical, no one that can really tell you what to believe and what to not believe. You get to decide. This is your absolute free will. You get to decide, and it's your job as a conscious creator to choose what you believe. You can choose to believe in separation because you have quote unquote evidence of it from the hologram, from the illusion. You can believe in separation because you have quote unquote evidence of it, or you can choose to believe in no separation. You can collapse the idea and you can say, we are now one. We have always been one, and I am only believing we are one. We are together in the happy, committed relationship. There is no separation. Separation is an illusion. So you get to choose which one you believe in, okay? But you can't believe in both. That's the definition of being double-minded. You cannot hold two thoughts and expect only one to manifest. You can't eat two diets and expect only one to affect your body. It doesn't work that way. So it's not about just adding in, the affirmations. That's part of it. That's only half of it, right? Again, back to the food diet. Yes, you have to develop the new way of eating. Great. Yes, that is a part of it. That's a very important part of it. You have to, design it specifically for what your goal is. Your goal may be to put on weight, to gain muscle, to gain mass. Then you need to eat one specific way. Okay. And it's important that you follow that and you design that and you follow that. But you can't just do that. You have to stop doing what you were doing before. You have to be aware of what you are doing. And this is the same with your mental diet. You have to be aware. You have to catch yourself. And this takes presence. This takes awareness. And let me just repeat it one more time, because you're not trying to completely stop having those thoughts. It's all about if you digest them. So again, the old food that you were eating can still be in your house. Maybe your, housemates or, roommate or whatever, they still eat that food. So it can be in the house, no problem. You just don't digest or ingest that food any longer because you have a new diet. You see the analogy, right? I know it's not a perfect analogy, but my point is, because people get hung up on, well, I can't stop thinking, I just keep thinking that, SP is missing. SP doesn't want to be with me. SP has, baggage, whatever, right? Whatever, fill in the blank. You can have that thought, but you get to decide if you believe it. You do not have to believe every thought you have. You do not. This is your free will. And I highly recommend that you start to be very discerning, just like you would with a food diet, which thoughts you believe. You do not have to believe every thought that comes into your mind. So the outer duality that you might be currently experiencing is a reflection of the inner duality. This video is all about how to collapse that inner duality. You have to stop believing in separation, and you have to start telling yourself separation is an illusion. There is no separation. SP and I are one. Loving, committed relationship. It's perfection. And you have to keep putting this thought into your mind as you stop believing the thoughts about separation. These thoughts are about unity and they are not about separation. So this is how you collapse that idea of separation. You stop believing in it. You stop believing in it and you start believing in what you prefer to experience. And when you stop believing in these thoughts, they'll eventually stop, but they're not going to stop right away. And you're not trying to, you don't have to try to make them stop. They'll go away eventually if you stay consistent. You have to stop believing them and they will eventually go away. And then this consistent thought about, no separation, about unity, let's just call it unity consciousness, this will be reflected in the external reality because if there is separation right now being reflected to you, it's only a reflection of the inner separation that you keep saying is real and true. Stop doing that and it won't be reflected out there. The key is to be consistent. All right, you guys, this is the how-to video that you were looking for. Leave me a comment down below. Go and join the giveaway. I'm super excited to work with someone for a week, one-on-one, intensely, and, you know, just really have the best start to 2025. I'm also available for one-on-one coaching. Investing in yourself is the absolute best thing you can do. You are not, investing in something that isn't a sure thing. No, it's a sure thing. When you shed the layers that are holding you back, you can get more money. You can, so why not? You should be jumping at the chance to invest in yourself, something that is guaranteed. It's like literally the best investment you can make is in yourself. And, this isn't about you becoming something. This is about you shedding the layers of falsities that are just masking and covering up who you truly are. Very wise thing to invest in. So anyway, leave me a comment down below, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.